This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Greetings, John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Super happy to tell you that this show is brought to you by Green Mountain Grills. Green Mountain Grills, for more than 17 years, has been bringing the smoke to the competition scene in the backyards all over the world. The Green Mountain Grills Venturi-style firebox delivers the cleanest 150-degree smoke in the pellet game. Their newly redesigned 2025 Prime 2.0 grills blend the proven technology with the past with the proven technology of the future. Green Mountain Grills is the innovator of all things Wi-Fi, and they continue to give users granular options to control their grills in any environment from anywhere. Green Mountain Grill also leads the pack and accessories from their pizza attachments, rotisseries, side burners, the list goes on and on. You can check them out over at Green Mountain Grills, and be sure to check out the new 2.0 Green Mountain Grill. Once again, that's greenmountaingrills.com. Now let's take a jump back to May in 2016, and I think this is first time on the show for the grillin' fool himself, Scott Thomas.
All right, my first guest tonight kind of defines social media presence in the barbecue and grilling world. You probably already follow him on his various handles and internet website places and so forth. Grillingfools.com is the flagship. Let's head over to the hotline. Welcome, first-timer to the show, Scott Thomas. Scott, how are you, buddy?
First time. Why is this the first time? That's it's killing me.
I don't know. We've followed each other for years.
How long?
Is it years?
At least. Twitter. That's where I first found you, was Twitter. And, when I used to like that platform. But, now it's all Instagram.
By the way, a majestic backdrop. And perhaps, are you whiskey or bourbon guy?
I'm a bourbon guy.
Yeah,
yes.
What do you got in the glass there?
I've got a little bit of a Mulligan's bourbon, which is a guy here in town makes it in Kentucky. So it's actually, so it got a really high rating, and I just grabbed it and loved it, and I emailed the guy and said, "Hey, send me some more." So he did.
Are you familiar with the podcast Whiskey Cast?
I am not, but I'm going to have to go check that out now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that guy he inspired me to do that little barbecue roundup thing that I was doing that I've since gone over to Meathead's site and started doing. But the way he did it, and he's a very accomplished, real, me, I'm just a hack. That guy's actually a real journalist, and he's done it for years. You can tell by the way he talks. So if you like that kind of stuff, I think you would. News and views and tasting notes and all that stuff to keep you kind of well-rounded in the bourbon section. I just like to drink it, really.
Yeah, that's me. I was a Scotch guy for a while, and because I thought it was cool to drink single malt Scotch, and then I realized I didn't really like Scotch that much. So there's a few that I still drink, but I found bourbon, and man, I am happy as a clam with bourbon.
No doubt about it.
And tequila, I sip tequila too. Got to try the tequila.
Scott Thomas is joining me here on the show. The website is grillinfools.com. So, Scott, for the people that aren't following you or maybe aren't familiar or tuning into the show for the very first time tonight, maybe a little background about you and where the passion for the live fire comes.
Well, so the running joke in my family is that I was sent to college with a suitcase and a grill and a case of ramen noodles, which is about the only thing I haven't grilled is ramen noodles. So I started the website. I was just talking to some guys on a football site, and in the summer months, we talked about what we grilled, and we shared the pictures on what is it, Flickr? Is that still around, or I don't know, it wasn't Flickr. That I was Image Shack or something like that. And I realized after a couple of years that I had enough for a blog. So I put this all into a blog, and I use it just to kind of write off charcoal and grills that I'd buy, as like a tax thing. And then the guy at the local paper covered us, and then we got a couple things. We had to actually put out a real website and incorporate. So my little tax shelter turned into I was hemorrhaging cash. So then it was grillinfool.com to start. I brought in my dad and my cousin, this all three of us. And since then, we've done television 50 or 60 times. I've been featured in the Wall Street Journal. I've flown all around the country doing stuff, done radio shows. And the cream, the actual jewel on top is this segment right here. This is this is it.
Yeah. National television poppycock. Let's get right onto the number one internet barbecue show, right?
Yeah. Flying to New York to go consult on Arby's menu.
Screw that.
Because I'm a meat enthusiast. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But basically what our shtick is, it's step-by-step, picture-by-picture, foolproof instructions. So we've never taken a class. We've never, taught, or we teach classes now. We've never, we weren't taught this. We just kind of figured it out. And we figured it out by screwing up everything. We burnt and undercooked, and our families had to wait hours to eat that was supposed to be done. Like I did a whole pig on Sunday, and it was 2 hours late because it was much bigger than I expected. And we got it on late. It was a long story. It wouldn't fit in the cooler, so I had to go store it at a local butcher shop, and so I couldn't get it as early. And so, yeah, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
So the question of the day is: you start small tax shelter idea, and then now you're here. Are you full time into Grill and Fool, or are you still like me with a day job, and this is what you do to generate, the passion and maybe extra income or whatever else?
There's still a day job. There's an exit strategy forming. But I've been in IT for 14 years, so I'm a senior level guy. It pays well. So it's not like I could jump ship and we downsized to one car and really no cable, really went bare. I could probably do it, but as long as I can double dip, I'm going to do it. And even when I could quit, I'm probably going to work and just pay down every nickel of debt I have, stack some money away, and then I'll walk away and or do a part-time thing or something like that.
I know, like a lot of people say, when you're in your day job or you're trying to work to get out of it, and I'm in a similar boat, except there's no way I could actually leave my day job. I would go right into destitution. Nevertheless, it's always hard to say no to money, especially if you're making a good wage or a lot of money. Right. I mean, it's no matter what your passion is, if you've become an expert or a senior level guy or whatever you want to call it, and you're making a good buck, that's really tough to just say, I'm going to go follow my passion.
Got to tell you, man, it seems like it was a different world back in 2016. It wasn't that long ago. Social media certainly has evolved, hasn't it? I think you should go check out the rest of this show. There's a lot of great information in there, and I think a lot of it still is relevant today. Content. So go find out what Scott had to say over at the BBQCentralShow.com. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.